It's a bit of a different video today. Basically, House of Bricks Mascotted is coming out soon, and well, I have gotten some very leaked information about the game and what lore is coming. Straight from the developer, by the way. So today we are gonna go over it and try and see if we can solve Mascotted before it even comes out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new for more House of Bricks content. It's a really fun game. I'll leave the link to it in the description. Chapter 1 is really fun and scary if it's your first playthrough. But yeah, let's roll the video. Let me explain what House of Bricks is. House of Bricks is a single player horror game. Soon there will be a mobile port and a multiplayer version of it. But basically, it's a mascot horror game, and personally one of my favourite mascot horror games on Roblox. It ain't talked about enough. But it's a horror game about you coming back to a facility after 30 years. I know, how original. Anyway, should I leave that in, or will Kubrick's get angry? I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, so the story from what I know so far is basically 30 years ago, you worked at this place, I believe. You worked, or you might just be a kid adventuring out. But this place is abandoned, and there's a mascot called Bricks, who plays a game of little hide and seek with you for 2 rounds, and then you are the hider, because you for the first 2 rounds you've got to find 2 of his plushies, because he can't move. He can, but when he's the seeker, he can move, and it gets really intense, and then it leads into this entire chase sequence with generators that you have to turn on while being chased, and then a really well animated scene at the end, and the chase at the end is really well animated, so props to him. But yeah, that's basically the game. I will link also a playthrough from me in the comments below, or not the comments, the description below, if you want to go watch that first, which I highly suggest watching. But anyway, yeah, it's time to get into theorizing. I am going to show 2 pieces of evidence on the screen in a second, and I want you to tell me what are the similarities and what are the difference between the 2. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. So one of the similarities, which I will say right now, is the name of the mascot, which is Arten for both of them. And the difference is one came from an old location and one is new. We know the one from the old location is the original one because of the experiment numbers, which are also different, because the experiment 1 that I showed on screen is experiment 97. The other experiment is experiment 103. Experiment 103 was an extremely unstable experiment. While experiment 97, it went really, really well, and he actually is helping. Well, Kubrick has mentioned that cloning is a possibility in this world, which they do clone other mascots. This one isn't a clone, and the reason why is it comes straight from the developer. Just look at this DM exchange. So here's the proof that it isn't a clone. So, what is it? Well, so if Arten isn't a clone, or clone Arten isn't a clone, and clone Arten isn't the real Arten, then what is he? Well, I have a clue on what he is, and my idea is that the company were mentioned in these experiment notes in the top corner, Friendbot Robotics. They've rebuilt Arten. What has led me to believe this is the fact that if it ain't a clone, if it ain't anything else, it has to be rebuilt, right? What else could it have possibly been? My thoughts on this theory is that this theory could be well and true as well, because think about it, if the real first experiment went really well and Arten actually became a helper for the Friendbot robotics, then why wouldn't they make a new one to try and redo it, since the other experiments have failed? And maybe that Arten is just the only one that worked. So that's what led this theory, mainly. But if y'all have any other ideas, make sure to leave it in the comments. The reason this is a fact and not a theory at all is because this has also been confirmed by the developer, and I have the DM to go with it as well, so here you go. So this is stone cold proof that Arten was one of the first created. Another fact is that Arten has actually replaced a character that we could have had, and the thing is, I did not expect this at all. The reason this is a fact is because of the lore. I have a piece of paper or the text of one of the experiments 101, which I don't really know what is. I've read it so many times that I can't even understand what the mascot was meant to be. But anyway, Experiment 101, we're just going to call him. He basically became too weird and hated all the mascots and everything for some weird reason. So they ended up replacing him with Arten. Here's the proof. Now the main thing I want you to focus on is the suggestions. Replace with ARTEN or Arten, meaning Arten also stands for something, which I'll probably later cover in another theory, maybe in a short or something. But that concludes this video for now. I can't wait for Mascotted to come out, and there'll be more mini theories if y'all enjoyed this one. So make sure to like, and if we get 5 or 10 likes, I'll make a mini theory on YouTube Shorts, and I've already got the perfect idea in my head. And thank y'all for watching to the end. If you did, it really helps. And see y'all later, because there is way much more about this game that is still yet to be uncovered.